I do a lot of wandering. Pick that up, that nice bag at the market at Ayr. It folds up into its own little thing. But today I'm just walking back to the car after being at Spa. That's Malanda, 7:30 in the morning. It's a lot busier in Atherton these days. You know, you've got to sort of wonder if you get a park. You always get a park exactly where you want it, but it's always this thing of, oh gosh, there's a lot more traffic in town than there ever used to be. And people are saying, why? Well, they're building quite a lot of new houses out there in Youngaborough. I don't know where the people get the money to buy like that. When I first came 20 years ago, you could buy an old Queenslander in Miller for 50 grand. The blocks were only 12. And I very smartly went ahead and bought some real estate and then split up with my partner. So ended up with fuck all, excuse the language. But this is the Majestic Theatre. And yeah, the new people that took it over, probably been there at least 10 years now. They've done a really wonderful job, and they're servicing the community really well. Sometimes months go by when there's not a decent film on, and the children's holidays, I don't necessarily like the ones they choose, but whenever there's a decent movie, sometimes 3 weeks in a row I'll come over. I always support them because it's a lovely old cinema. And yeah, the cyclery, Prince Cyclery's opened up as well, which is amazing. Finally decided I've got to just buy a brand new bike, because I've been looking for a second-hand bike to replace the one that was stolen. Didn't have a license for 10 years. I got my license when I was 25 and drove till I was 35, and then I just went back for the next 10 years just using a push bike. And then when I came here to find out, it's like, you've got to pay $1,200, bottom of the range really, for a decent bike. But then I found one in the op shop for $40. So the trouble with having a push bike is where one can ride it. And you know, I don't go on the roads. It's bad enough in a car, isn't it really? So it's a dangerous prospect. I don't drive in the rain, don't drive after dark, don't do more than 2.5, 3 at a pinch hours in a row when I'm on long trips, and usually only about 600 k's in a day. But I do like my road trips, and being a homeless person, I know some people don't like that term, but basically if you don't own any land, or the family hasn't had that, you know, piece of property for generations. I didn't grow up in a rental, but I never owned anything. My mother or father did. Wasn't really welcome there after the age of 18 anyway. So everywhere I go is home, so to speak. And now I own 2 of these Subarus, 2002 models they are. This one's just clicked over 500,000 k's. The other one's only got, I think, 2.5. It's an automatic. It's got a good paint job, and I've only owned it for 6 months, so I really don't know what repairs will have to be done. This one I know exactly what's going on. New clutch, new bearings, new shockies, new fuel pump, rocket cover gasket, new leads. So many things I've done. The timing, what's-a-namey belty thing, if that goes, that'll be disastrous, and that'll probably put her off the road. But the gearbox has been hanging in there, and yes, we even survived the Plenty Highway.